see Dr. Risenhoover.
Oh, man. Yeah, you're gonna need to keep going. Trust me on this one.
Okay.
There we go. Now head back the other direction.
Yeah.
223.
223. I'm gonna get your height.
Okay, that hasn't changed.
So this is day one of Project Fit. I'm in the doctor's office, Dr. Edwin Risenhoover in Loveland, and he's been kind enough to allow us to come in and film. And I started on my own fitness program, and what I did this morning is I ran for 4 minutes, well, jogged, I don't think you can call it running, and was terribly out of breath, and then I walked for 6, and then I ran again for 2 minutes, and walked for 4, and then ran again for 2 more minutes, and then walked all the way up to whatever would make it 20 minutes total. So 8 minutes out running. Now, to be fair, I actually started doing that about a week or so ago before I decided to do this project. So when I first started, I only was able to run 2 minutes before getting totally winded. Dr. Edwin Risenhoover.
Good morning, Joel.
How you doing, my friend?
Nice
Good.
to see you.
So you got your makeup on, you're all ready to go.
You bet. Well, tell me what's going on.
So here's the deal. 46, and I'm way overweight. I've been on blood pressure meds for way too long, and you know, I get winded just going up a couple flights of stairs, and so it's time for me and for my family and for my business. I do a lot of traveling, I do a lot of speaking, I get asked to do international stuff, and it's just hard on you. And I want to be healthy. It's not like I'm the Biggest Loser with 120 pounds to lose.
Right.
I thought about putting on a bunch of weight so I could.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, what's your goal, and what do you have in mind to try to get there?
So what I want to do is I want to eat less of the garbage. Right. So the fried foods. In my sweet tooth. Those are my biggest downfalls. I'm not a fast food guy. I don't go to McDonald's, and eat that. Very rarely do I have anything fast. But size of portions when you go to restaurants. They're big, and I will pack in a plate, and I can do it, a couple times a day. So my goal is to not do anything extreme. I want to demonstrate that being fit is, you just have to eat less and more of the right stuff, and move your body more.
Right.
I want to make it so that it's accessible. I don't need to lose 20 pounds in a month.
What's your goal weight? What do you want to do?
What would be my ideal weight?
Well, at 5'10", if you got down even as low as 180, I think that would be fantastic. But I think at least an initial goal would be to get under 200.
Okay.
And then if you feel good at that and you want to get down lower, I'd say, well, maybe let's shoot for 180 to 185.
Okay, 185 was the number I've had in mind, so we're on the same page. I like that. That's about 40 pounds for me.
Right, and so how long is that going to take, in my opinion? 6 to 12 months.
Okay.
I mean, I think it should be a pound or 2 a week. Almost everybody loses more initially, and then it slows down. And I say if you can just keep that slow, steady weight loss, you're way better off in the long run. Okay, so what do you like to do for exercise?
So I've got a treadmill in the house.
Okay.
Do
you like that?
I do. I like the treadmill. I've got the TV right in front of it, so I can lose myself.
Good.
I have no problem walking 30 minutes or so. But what I did this morning, what I was told by somebody, a fitness trainer, is that you don't need to run for an hour. He says your metabolism is basically crawling. So if you'll go run for 4 minutes, walk for 6, run for 4, walk for 6, do that every day, he says your metabolism will kick into gear, and you don't need to kill yourself doing it. Would you agree?
Oh, yeah, I would agree. What we look for is you getting your heart rate up, and to get it to your target heart rate. Has anybody ever calculated what your target heart rate ought to be?
I don't know what mine is.
It's pretty easy to calculate. You said 46 is your age, right?
Mm-hmm.
So about 140 is your target heart rate. So if you can reach your target heart rate and maintain it for 20 minutes during the course of a day, and do that 3 days a week, that's good aerobic exercise. If people are inclined to count calories and they're an engineer type who just likes to sit down and calculate everything out, by all means I want them counting calories and getting down to a certain level. But most people aren't interested in that. I say make smart food choices and eat reasonable portion sizes. Eat on a plate that's this big instead of eating on a plate that's this big.
They don't serve these at On the Border. They serve
I know.
And it's only $1.99 to add another item. It's just so tempting.
Well, and you just have to be smart that when you're doing that, you eat a portion of it, and then you take the rest home. Anything
So
else
we're
you
good?
want to ask me?
Nope.
Okay.
We're all good?
All right, Joel.
Thank
Thanks
you so
very
much.
You bet.
Appreciate it.
Give that to the gals up front.
Will do.
Thank you.
We're out of here. All right. Project Fit.